Heel flips are my favorite trick of all time. Mostly because they're the only trick I can really do, but still, they're my favorite. It's my go-to trick and I never ever get sick of them. So today I will go over how I do the heel flip. So let's start from the bottom and talk about the feet first. For the back foot, using the ball of my foot, I like to put it in the corner on the back or heel side of the tail. And there's two reasons why I like it here. One, if you like to have your front foot more on the front or toe side of the board, hanging your toes off, having a back foot on the opposite corner will help balance things out and create an equilibrium of peace and prosperity. Two, by popping the board on the back side of the tail, the board will lean towards that direction slightly, and the grip tape will come up and meet the front foot, making it easier to grab the board with the front foot and flick. If I pop on the other side, you can see that the board will tilt away from the front foot. I also like to point my back foot outwards, so not knees in like you have to go pee, but knees out. This is just more comfortable for me. So here's what the back foot does. You want to pop and jump off of that foot all in one motion, and it has to be a solid pop. So it's not a soft bloop, but more like a snappy blap. So think of it as a blap and not a bloop. If you're practicing this in your house, you should be able to piss off your downstairs neighbors. You want full knee extension and full cankle dorsiflexion. Fully extend that knee and that cankle. And think about stomping through the ground and into your neighbor's living room. Really mess up their peace and quiet time. Make sure you pop first and don't get too anxious to flick, or else you won't lift the board into the air and it'll just roll on the ground. Now for the front foot, I like it a little bit behind the bolts, maybe about 2 fingers or so. Generally, you want it somewhere between the middle of the board and the bolts. Now here's something you want to consider. You want to flick off of the corner of the nose, basically the opposite of where the back foot is. Here you can see the grip tape actually has remnants of my shoe on it. If you set your front foot really far back, you just have more distance to cover to reach that part of the nose. And it might feel really uncomfortable to kick directly out to your side, so your flick will most likely be somewhere between 25 to 45 degrees out. So line up your front foot and see where your front foot will end up if you kick about 30 degrees out from there. You just want to make sure you flick off the nose and not the side of the board, or else the board will go rocket. You can leave your front foot perpendicular to the board, but I like to point mine just slightly outwards. It's more comfortable, and also when you have your front foot pointed out slightly and you go to slide your front foot up, it actually starts to form the heel flip a little bit. When the foot is perpendicular, it's just like your normal standard ollie when you drag your foot up. So here's what the front foot does. You want to kick off of the corner of the nose, and I mean really kick. It's a ki-ya, not a k. Really extend that knee and give it a nice ki-ya. Ki-ya. This is also why I don't like to hang my toes off the heel flip. By having my toes in line with the board, I can grab the board better by rolling my ankle and dragging the board up with me. It's almost like I'm ollieing first, or rather like I'm ollieing into the heel flip. So the ollie is the key part and the flick is the ya part. The more close to the tip of the nose you flick, the slower the board will flip. So that's why having the foot angled out slightly and having a nice strong ki-ya kick is really important. It'll make the board flip fast enough so that you don't primo. So after you blap the tail, then ki-ya the nose, the board will lift up, flip, level out, and ideally the board will come up to meet your back foot. You might even be able to hear the catch. Mine doesn't always do this, so if not, just extend your back foot to catch it. Once you feel the board smack your back foot, bring your front foot back on and land. Now let's talk about the rest of the body. When you're learning this trick, it's really tempting to look down to see what's going on because the board is flipping to the front of you, but when you do that, your shoulders may be to the side of the board ahead of you, and when you go to flip, you will find that the board will go behind you. Even if your shoulders are over the board but your butt is sticking way out to the other side, the board will still end up behind you. When you bend down to pop, Bend both your knees and your hips to find a nice balance. If the board is going behind you, try to be a little bit more upright than you think you need to be. Think of that Chris Cole vertical torso steeze. Ideally, like with a lot of tricks, you want your shoulders squared off and parallel with the board. But again, due to the temptation of looking down, you may actually be closing your shoulders off more than you think you are. Even if you set up nice and squared off, you may be closing off your shoulders after you pop. So try to compensate for this by opening up your shoulders a teeny bit and facing the direction that you're rolling. You may not actually be opening your shoulders up physically, but mentally have that sensation that you are. When you close off your shoulders, the board will go behind you, or you do part of a backside heel flip, or both. By closing your shoulders, that's exactly how you do a backside heel flip. Next, think about leaning forward towards the nose a little bit. More of your weight should be on your front foot. So even if you do everything right, but you lean backwards too much, the board will go rocket and credit card you. Now, what do I mean by getting credit carded? Because this is a big phobia when it comes to doing heel flips. Well, imagine you're at Whole Foods and you go to pay for your food by inserting your card into the slot of the chip reader. The card is your board and the chip reader is your butt. Paying too damn much for kale and getting the board up your butt is the same exact kind of pain. Either way, you're getting screwed. Especially when you're doing this trick fakie, the forward momentum will make the board want to go straight up into where it doesn't belong. So with fakie, you actually want to really exaggerate everything and really make sure you face the nose, lean on your front foot, and make sure you kick off the nose, maybe even closer to the center of the nose. So to recap, back foot on back corner, front foot somewhere near the middle of the board and the front bolts. Stay nice and balanced, shoulders and hips are not too far from the board, lean slightly on the front foot, blap and not bloop the tail, jump off, ollie into the heel flip, and give it a nice ki-ya, and not a kuh. Catch it with the back foot, bring the other foot back on, and land. I haven't been able to skate lately due to weather. That's why I wanted to do a video where I filmed indoors and just use old clips that I already have. But hopefully I'll be able to get out there and skate and film more stuff soon. I hope this video was helpful. I would really appreciate a thumbs up if it was. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section down below, and subscribe if you want to learn more tricks with me. Thanks for watching.